What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna finish up Demonology on my main computer here. But before we get into the game, let's go over the specs for everybody who's just coming in just for this one game. We have a 13900 KF, we have an RTX 4090 MSI Gaming Trio to be precise. We've got a ASUS Z790 Gaming E motherboard with 32 gigs of DDR5 at 6600 megahertz, CL32. I still gotta go tighten up the subtimes even more though. I think it's got more room to get even better. Anyway, then we got a 1600 watt platinum EVGA power supply. We've got a custom loop cooling the CPU. It's a Velocity 2 block with a 420mm radiator. Then our main thing, which we all look at the whole time when we play games, we got an LG C1 48-inch OLED TV. It's got 120 hertz, it's 4K, it's got G.SKILL and FreeSync and HDR, and it's just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love OLED. Can't ever go back to anything non-OLED for like my main computer ever again. I can't see myself downgrading anything smaller than this. I'll probably just keep this until a better version of OLED comes out or it dies or something like that. Anyway though, let us now go hop into the game, take a quick look at the settings, and then get some gameplay. Well, here we go with the Demonologist on my main computer now. We're going to play at 4K. No VSync, unlimited FPS. So that's all for that screen. So just to show you guys, I maxed out the field of view too, and we're all on high, and I turned off the motion blur though. I do not like motion blur or like lens flare or any of that shit that fucks with your vision. I like being able to see everything. But anyway, now let's go ahead and hop into the game. Well, here we are in the Demonologist on my main computer here, playing at 4K maxed out pretty much. No FSR or anything like that, and yeah, just like with the secondary computer, we're getting a lot of FPS. Pretty much about the same FPS it was getting, if not more. That's at a higher resolution. But 4090 is a beast, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised it's performing well. And 4K is its forte. It's not really that great at any of the other resolutions. Now that I know where all the damn light switches are. Oh, we got weird, creepy, eerie music. It almost sounded like people playing music on glass. Like little glass, I've seen people do that on like shows and whatnot. You'll get a bunch of wine glasses, fill them up with different water levels and rub your fingers around the lids and they'll make weird vibrations, which kind of can sound like music. And some people have made music out of it. Kind of neat if you ask me. See, my luck, if I tried to do that, I'd be like, all right, let's make this thing hum. Oh, it's shattered. Now there's shards of glass all over the floor and in you. Have fun. And it's like, damn it. But that would be my luck. I know what I could use about now. I could use a nice little hit. Let's see, what did I pack today? Ah, sherbet cake. I love that sherbet cake. Man, that's amazing how they actually make that taste like sherbet cake. Those terpenes, man. I don't know how they make them, but they do it. I'm actually surprised. So far, we haven't really seen or heard much this time around. Half the time, spirits are already fucking with me in here. Oh, I guess that doesn't have power or the light's burnt out, so we aren't going to be able to see what the fuck we're doing back there. That's for sure. Alright, we got some camera still watching some doll in bed, so if I go over there and see that doll's not in that bed anymore, or that dummy or whatever the hell it was, then we're going to know some shit's up. And I'm actually surprised. Look at this game. This game is actually using all of the threads on my 13900 KF. That's pretty fucking cool. More games should learn from games like this. It's not stuttering all over the place like crazy. It's not DirectX 12 either, so that's probably why. It's got good CPU utilization. That's just awesome. And yet, it even runs okay-ish on a Steam Deck. At some points, it can even get over 60 FPS, but then there's times where it drops all the way down into the low 50s, like when you're in this tent area up here. Generally, when you're looking at the way like you're going to leave the tent, though. Walking into it like this isn't so much the problem, but when you turn around and look over here, then it was dropping down to 52. Anyway, camera. Well, alright, guys. Let's get ourselves a little camera-recorded gameplay now. Whoa, that's trippy, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like way too stoned to be playing this game right now. God damn it, I didn't want to go back out. Yeah, which way do I go? It's doing that shit where I can't do anything with the controller besides move. Alright. Well, we got popping bulbs and all sorts of other shit going on in here. So, I don't know about you guys, but this place might be haunted. One thing I wish they had, and that they might, and I've just been too dumb to figure out how to use it, is they wish they had a flashlight. And like make it realistic, like have it have like battery power or something like that where you can't use it for like ever. Maybe just to keep things a little scary. But it's just kind of hard to see anything. And sure, I could go jack the brightness up so high I could see everything, but then that would defeat the purpose of the scary game, you know? You're supposed to not be able to kind of see. But a little flashlight like in Resident Evil, that's great, you know? Or even in The Last of Us, you got your little flashlight on, you can only see a little bit. Though it kind of helps in that things are like mostly retarded and blind and can't see anything. Little zombie things. I mean, they literally get their brains taken over by fungus. They're just completely taken over by like a plant, so they're definitely not very smart. Alright, what do we got? In here we got a beer. Oh yeah. And then it looks like some weird thing. That looks almost like that heartbeat monitor they have in like hospitals or some shit. Anyway, though. Yeah, there's nothing to really do outside, really. You're probably just supposed to just go into the house right away, but there's a random skull on this thing, too, with a plant. I'm surprised they didn't use the skull as a planter. could have sworn I heard walking when I wasn't walking. Oh, they got a water filter. How nice. And a microwave inside of the drawers. That's interesting. But we are certainly getting a lot of FPS, that's for sure. It's not like the game looks awful. Nothing to write home about, but it looks pretty nice for what it is. And that's kind of cool thing. When you got a small little area like this, you can kind of go hog wild with the graphics. But anyway, I think that's plenty of camera gameplay, so why don't we now go and wrap this video on up? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Demonology on the main computer, and a wrap for the game as a whole. And all the computers besides the Steam Deck, well, even the Steam Deck did a pretty good job of this game. It couldn't hit 60 all the time, but it still played it, even though it was what I thought was below the minimum specs. Maybe it's above a 1050 Ti. I don't really know. I can't really run 3D Mark or any benchmarks on it. Now, if I got another one that ran Windows on it, I could, but I don't want to go through the trouble of doing that. I don't really want to put something like that on there. I like all the cool little things that the Steam Deck has with its little Linux-based operating system. Like the built-in frame rate monitor at the top that's always there no matter what happens. Any game, always right there. I wished I could do that with Afterburner and get all the exact same stuff. Low percent ones and all that stuff without jumping through a bunch of rigmarole and hoops. That would be great. Don't get me wrong, you could do all that stuff. You just gotta work a little harder on that. But then on the same thing, on the Steam Deck, sometimes you gotta work a little harder to get games to work. And then ones that have anti-cheat almost never work at all unless like the company works with Valve, like whatchamacallit, the people that made Elden Ring, for example, did. So you can still play that on the Steam Deck. So no, not every game though. So even though you can make almost anything work, like I even played played some Diablo 4 beta on mine. Don't get me wrong, it crashed every now and again. And I think it only did that because I was running the damn high texture pack on the Steam Deck. I shouldn't have done that. I think when the game comes out, we'll not download that shit on it, you know? It wouldn't be a good idea. Anyway though, that is about all we got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.